I think we talked about this at various points during the course of the season. But if there was one consistent thing that happened in practice this year for Carolina basketball, it was Isaiah Dennis lighting up some people offensively on an almost daily basis in Tar Heel practice. And now you're going to get to see it next year because he's coming back, and now he's here with us. Isaiah, thanks so much for stopping by.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all having me.
So you had a big decision to make. What went into your decision, and why did you decide you wanted to be at Carolina next year?
I say really just God, just praying it over with my family, talking to God. I'm a big faith believer. And my relationship with Jesus is very strong. So definitely just wanted to keep him at the forefront of everything, in my decisions. And, I felt like Carolina was home, and this is where he wants me to be. And he wants me to be able to show the community and everybody what they were missing out on last year.
All right, couple different things for me. Number one, when we talked to you in like September, October, whatever it was last fall, we talked some about how you had been hurt, and I know it had put you behind a little bit.
Right.
How long do you think that put you behind last year, and do you feel like you're fully healthy now?
Most definitely, I'm 100% healthy. I think that's been the biggest question a lot of people ask me. But yeah, I'm 100% healthy. Last year, that definitely set me back. I mean, as a freshman, you're trying to come in and earn the coach's trust, earn minutes and things of that nature, and which I felt like I was doing. And some of the coaches told me I was right on track to being one of those rotational guys. But injury set me back. I was out for about 2-3 months, so that really hurts. Was played a bad hand. But just kept working at it. And then kind of just got into a groove in practice and around like the November time, and just started like getting my confidence back, getting back into my game. And that's when I really started to feel like I was getting better each and every day.
How frustrating of a year was it for you? Because I know you, just like every competitor, wants to be out there playing.
Most definitely.
And I also know that, as you just said, it is hard when you're a freshman, and especially when you're a little bit behind. How frustrating was that for you? And because anytime I saw you, not just at practice, but on the bench, like, you were always very like your body language positive,
Definitely.
cheering on your guys. Like, so if you were frustrated, how did you stay positive?
Well, I say God. Like, once again, that's the person who I go to outside of my family. Like, I mean, I never wanted anything to like deter me from being a great teammate, or like my situation of not necessarily playing a lot or as much as I would have thought I was. Let it affect me and my teammates. So I definitely wanted to just go out there and bring energy every day, because like, it can't always rain. I mean, you're going to get an opportunity someday. So that was just my hope, like continuing to work, continuing to wait until I get the opportunity, so that when I get the opportunity, my head's in the right space.
When you sat down with Michael Malone, who I'm guessing you didn't know other than that week he was here in October, what did he tell you he saw in the future for you, and what connected with you that made you feel like this was the right place to be?
I'd say like we connected on like a competitive edge type of thing, like and he hadn't watched film prior to that, so he wasn't really familiar with my game. He was just kind of going off of like what Coach May and Coach Sully were saying as far as vouching for me, because they were kind of like people that guided me in practice and were coaching me up, outside of like the other coaches like Coach Huber, Coach Fred, Coach Page, Coach Lebo. So they've seen what I could do in practice and things of that nature, so they really vouched for me. It was like that is one of the guys that we need to retain. So I appreciate them for that, for sure. Just telling Coach Malone how good I am, how good of a person I am. And also Coach Malone took time after that to go watch my film, and he was really impressed. He was like, "You have great tangibles, you're athletic, can shoot it, got a nice touch, very very fast." Like, that was the first thing that stood out to him. Very electric, very fast, and make the right plays. So when I had my meeting with Coach, I kind of just told him about my game and what I think I could help bring the team, and he loved it. I mean, the competitive edge that I told him that I had, and he said he just wants to see that in practice next year, and everybody will be given an equal opportunity. So that was one of the things that stood out to me, just getting the opportunity to go out there and show what I have.
What happens? We've asked other guys this, but I'd just be interested in kind of your opinion on it. What happens when you go into the portal? Because, I mean, you've been through recruiting here recently as a high school guy that's becoming a college player, and now you've gone through this process of you go into the portal, and I'm going to guess you get contacted from a lot of different angles. Yeah. Kind of what happens? How did you try and manage all of that?
I'd say I kind of knew what I was looking for. That was one of the things when I went in talking with my agent, my parents, and my mentors, just kind of knowing what I was looking for when I went into the portal, what it is that I wanted out of this next year and out of this, out of my career. So those were the first things like, okay, whatever school is gonna contact me or whatever school wants to Zoom, whatever, anything of that nature, like what is it that they have that checks my box? So obviously, it was a lot of schools reaching out, but I was able to kind of like pin down on a couple other schools that really met the needs of what I wanted. And it felt like it would be a good fit. But UNC is where I need to be for sure.
Is it hard to keep it in perspective when you have like all these people want you?
Right.
That has to be pretty fun.
It is.
But
It
then
was
also like you got to keep in mind like what is actually best for me.
exactly. Yeah, it definitely is just like high school, getting re-recruited all again. Just kind of the same people or even more people that were recruiting you in high school still believe in you. So that's definitely a good thing. I mean, in my shoes, I didn't play much last year, so having people that still believed in me and still believe I could play at this level, reaching out to me, that meant a lot for sure.
Do you think you got better last year as a player? And where are some things that you still feel like you need to improve?
Right. I definitely feel like I got a lot better. I feel like my confidence right now is really through the roof. Like I'm on another level right now, and I'm just ready to get out there and let that dog out of the cage for sure. um, I say some areas. I feel like I'm never complacent. I feel like I could get better in every area, and strengths and weaknesses. But I say kind of just getting a little bit stronger. Been working with Jonas a lot. Trying to get ready for that in-game contact, being physical. I feel like when I unlock that part of my game and really just embrace that part, it's gonna be thrilling to see. And then just want to be very consistent this year. I know that was one of the things that helped me in high school when I was like climbing ranks and things of that nature was just consistency. When a coach saw me, I was gonna do the same things the same way every time. So I say consistency as well.
Where do you think? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off your answer. Where do you think you are defensively? I mean, I think anybody who even saw you in the games that you did play could see the offensive ability
Right.
that you have. Where do you think you are defensively, and do you think that's an area you can still get better?
Yes, sir. Definitely an area you could still be better at. I mean, as a freshman, you come in, you're trying to learn the terminology.
Yeah.
You're trying to learn all the new sets, like we did ice and weak. Trying to learn how to close and connect to your man. So, I mean, my freshman year, I learned a lot. Got a lot better at that. And I definitely feel like I'm a great defender. I've never really had problems with that. Like my length, my positional size, I'm able to guard 1 through 3, 1 through 4. So I think for me, more defense is more just a pride thing. Outside of like guarding ball screens and stuff like that, and kind of learning how to seep through them and to kind of like read out offense and like the plays that are coming and just watching a lot of film on other teams.
There's been a lot of change over these last few months. You're going to know Carolina about as well as anybody on this roster, if not a little better.
Right.
What do you feel like your obligation is this summer as the roster kind of comes together to help all these guys understand what the expectations are?
I feel like coming in from a freshman spot last year and kind of knowing and having the right leaders like Seth, Henry, Caleb, Jaden Young, having a lot of guys leading me, Zayden, Kyan, just a lot of guys behind me. Kind of just going into into my sophomore year and having that leap of just being a leader, and showing guys what it takes. Because obviously we had a winning team last year. We had a great team and had a great coach as well. And I think I just know what it is that that Coach Malone is looking for out of his team. He's told me he's painted a clear picture. So I feel like I could come in and really be able to be one of those guys that has a voice and lets people know like this is what it is and this is what it's going to take and just be there for my guys.
What is actually happening right now, like in the basketball office? I mean, there's only a handful of guys that at least publicly have said, yes, I'm going to be here next year. I know Coach Malone is trying to put together the staff. He's trying to get the roster put together. He's got a lot happening for him individually at the moment. Kind of what is happening, and when do you kind of anticipate, I guess, the process of starting to, hey, let's all get together and figure this out?
Well, to be honest with you, that's something I kind of haven't been like really in tune with.
Yeah.
Kind of just been when I come to the gym, I'll come up to the office, say what's up to the coaches, just bond with them for a little bit, let them know I was in the building, and just say hey. But I haven't really. I'd be lying to you if I said I knew. I don't really know
I
what they
think
got.
Dennis ain't
going
going to lie to us, Adam.
Oh, no. That first meeting with Michael Malone was kind of like a job interview
Right.
for you.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're probably pretty good in that situation.
Yes,
how,
sir.
how did you try to prepare for that, and what impression did you want to leave him with?
Well, like I said, again, like before anything I do, like my mom prays over me and my mentors and stuff. Just ask God to give me the words that I need to speak during that interview or that time. So definitely just did that, and also like just talking to him. I mean, just being who I am. I know I'm a person of high character. And like I said, Coach May and Coach Sully know that, and they've raved about that to him. And I feel like that goes a long way, even more than being a good player, just being a high character guy. So I feel like going into there, it's no nervous, no anxiety or anything, just being yourself. So
You mentioned that y'all talked about kind of what his expectations were. I think everybody's curious about what a Michael Malone Carolina team is going to look like.
right.
What do you think it's going to look like?
From what I think it's gonna look like, and from talking to him, I think he's just gonna want guys out there that have a competitive edge, that's gonna go out there and play with effort, play with 100% effort every time on the court, and just give it their all. And people that are gonna take care of the ball, love on their teammates, love the game of basketball, and work for everything. So,
What are you excited about?
what am I excited about? To get out there and show the world what I got. I feel like that's kind of been the biggest thing. Like people, the community have been like, oh, we didn't really see you last year, but we're pumped to see you. So, I mean, I'm more pumped than y'all to get out there and be able to show what I got. Because I definitely feel like it's gonna be up when I do that. So, yeah.
What do you want to accomplish over these next 6 months? When we see you in September or October, where do you want to say, I got better this way?
Well, shout out to Coach James Long. Before I say this, that was my junior year high school coach, and he taught me a lot of principles, not just in basketball but in life. So I say I don't necessarily have a goal. I mean, yes, you have little goals of like getting better in certain areas, but I say if I get better every day, he always says better today than yesterday. If I could kind of take that approach every day, when I look at myself before the season is starting in late October, and we're about to get into the roll of the season, I'll be like, I'm a way different player than I was right now. And if I could do that, it's going to be great, because I've known I've got better. I've known I've put the work in. So now it's just time to go out there and show it.